I recently came across this video that really made me reflect on the direction I'm heading in. It explored this idea that if you choose a path of hardship and eventually that path starts feeling easier, does that mean you should deviate? Or is that deviation a distraction from the compounding you've built? The video told the story of a successful chef who'd always had a passion for writing. And even though his career in cooking was thriving, he kept pursuing writing. Despite rejection and a lack of recognition, he didn't quit. He kept putting himself out there. Eventually, late in his 40s, he submitted his work to a major publication and they picked it up. Not only did he become a published writer, but he also started a show where he combined food with storytelling. He created something that integrated both of his passions. It became the best of both worlds. And that story stuck with me because it made me think of what an average life even means. The video defined an average life not by income or status, but by ego keeping you stuck in one place, keeping you in routines because it feels safer, rationalizing away challenges because uncertainty feels risky. It encouraged to step outside of comfort, to embrace unpredictability, to live a little. And it also made me reflect on my own life because I live a disciplined routine, 2 jobs, the gym, and whatever time is remaining goes into my creative work. Now, I know for some people this might already sound difficult, but for me it's become predictable, it's structured and it's manageable. So the question then becomes, am I drifting towards an average life because my routines feel easy now? Or is this consistency actually compounding towards something greater? At what point does discipline become stagnation? At what point does deviation become a distraction? I don't think an average life is defined by money or fame, because are all wealthy people fulfilled? Or are all famous people at peace? I think fulfillment is something simpler. Maybe it's living intentionally, surrounding yourself with people who love you, pursuing growth without abandoning stability, building routines but not letting your routines define your limits. Boredom isn't always bad and predictability isn't always a failure. As long as you occasionally step outside it, challenge it, and ask yourself if you're still evolving, that's the question that I'm sitting with right now. And honestly, I don't have the full answers yet, and maybe none of us do. And maybe what matters isn't whether your life looks average to others. Maybe what matters is whether it feels aligned to you. So I've decided that I'm not afraid of routines. I'll keep building and I'll keep refining, and I'll allow myself to step outside of it when it feels necessary. Back yourself. Trust the process. And thank you for listening. I'll see you guys next week.